78 Fight News. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
All right, man. So it's been a while since we've done a video together. What do you think about Nacho Beristain? He's been like shitting on the Timothy Bradley fight versus Marquez. After Marquez have been saying he wants this fight, he wants to go after that fifth championship. What do you think about Nacho sort of sidelining Timothy Bradley? He's going to be against
Uh,
that fight during the negotiations.
oh yeah,
And
oh yeah. Nacho, see, this is why guys like Bradley can't get the respect they deserve because they can't get the fights they deserve for one. Now Nacho is a smart man. He's a smart trainer. Nacho knows that Timothy Bradley can beat Marquez. He knows that. He knows Marquez does better with guys who are aggressive, come forward fighters, and he doesn't do as good with boxers. All right, so because Marquez is a good counterpuncher, so he waits. Marquez needs you to come to him. He doesn't want to go looking for you.
yeah,
So Nacho is trying to protect his fighter, which is what he's supposed to do. It's the same thing Freddie Roach did for Pacquiao for years,
yeah,
And you want to protect the guy, and you want to make sure that they're not going to get put in harm's way or suffer an embarrassing loss. So after the Mayweather fight, Nacho don't want to see fucking Marquez up in there with no more boxers. You know what I'm saying? He wants to see in there with sluggers. That's why he wants Brandon Rios, Mike Alvarado, Pacquiao. These are guys these are just fucking bobblehead dudes.
yeah. Yeah, Alvarado to a little better degree. He showed more skill
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah,
last fight.
yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. I'd like to see Alvarado and Bradley. I think that's a good fight, but it's not.
yeah,
It ain't not
it's
no
not.
money though.
Yeah, it's
Not
no
no,
money there. What do you think about Manny Pacquiao possibly retiring? I think this is something that's being talked about. I think there's a big Filipino community that really expects him to retire, but of course there's a lot of other fans that just want to see him come back. 'Cause he's been out of all news so far right now. He hasn't been
right, right.
mentioned. He's off the radar.
Pacquiao, he got some mental stuff he needs to overcome right now. He
Yeah,
probably just, he's damaged right now because he lost to his rival. Like, his Pacquiao's rival is Marquez.
yeah,
They're gonna be forever linked in history, like Frazier Ali, Gotti Ward. They're
right,
gonna be forever linked, and I mean, I'm just gonna be real. That's what is historically in boxing. That's what greatness has always been linked to. If you had a rival, if you had someone else out there to bring the best out of you, blah blah blah. That's how they link. They create the stigma of greatness. But I think he's hurting right now because he lost to Marquez in devastating fashion. And he afraid to walk around with his head up. A lot of people gonna treat him and shit. Kind of like Hulk Hogan when he lost to the Ultimate Warrior in WrestleMania 6, when he got fucked up. He
yeah.
was afraid to walk around with his head up. I have to plug in Hulk Hogan. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's how I think Pacquiao, he'll be all right. He'll come back, and I think what Pacquiao needs to do
I
is
think he can beat
come.
Brandon Rios. Like to this day, I think
Yeah,
he's got the style to beat Brandon Rios. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He'll stop Rios. He'll stop him because Rios is flat-footed. He's a
exactly.
come forward fighter, and Rios is too proud to use any defense.
Yeah,
He thinks that's like, it's not in his DNA. So he's gonna come in, and he's gonna try to crowd Pacquiao. And Pacquiao's just gonna be stepping around him, firing shots, fucking 100 shots, 90 to 100 shots around. It's gonna be like Pacquiao and Margarito all over again.
yeah, yeah. I think, and you know what? Brandon Rios to me is to a lesser degree of Margarito. I think Margarito back in the day when he was eating guys for breakfast, man. When he was eating up Kermit Cintron and Golden Johnson, and even Martinez back when Martinez was on the come up.
Yeah,
Uh, Margarito really he doesn't get the sort of the respect, but um, mainly before his hand wrapping. But in terms of the class of fighter he was in his prime, uh, he beat fucking Emmanuel Claudy too, and that was one of top contenders. Margarito's gonna be, in terms of the brawlers, there's not too many guys that live up to that standard, and I don't think Brandon Rios does either. Kidding.
yeah. I mean, Margarito was a good fighter in his time,
in his
But
time, yeah.
in
And he's
his
the kind of
time, but
guy that,
his time ran out, and he's not gonna get his credit
yeah,
that he might deserve because of the hand wrapping issues, and you don't know how long he's been using those hand wraps and shit. So that's why he's not gonna get his credit. But Margarito against Pacquiao, at that bullshit of a fight, flat-footed Margarito
right.
fighting for a championship, which was ridiculous. He's fighting for the 154-pound title at a catch weight of 150 pounds.
I know.
And neither one of these guys are ranked at the time at 154, which is just a total disgrace to boxing. It's just a sham of a fucking fight.
Yeah.
And it was built so for Pacquiao to look impressive, and he did. He looked impressive against a flat-footed Margarito, and he would destroy Brandon Rios. I think he would destroy Brandon Rios. I think for them to put Rios in there with Pacquiao will only destroy Rios' career and shorten his career. I think that they should just keep Rios away from Pacquiao, and it's just
Yeah, that's a different way of looking at it, because Pacquiao, it's I'm sure Bob Arum has to know it. He's probably seen this coming a while ago, and he knows Pacquiao's on the way down, and he's got to be very careful with what's going on with the Golden Boy situation, because he's got to keep putting fights out there.
Right.
All right. Anyway, 78 Fight News, man. Definitely appreciate your time.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Hey.
Yeah, no doubt. 78 Fight News, holler.
Peace out, guys.